Alright, guys, so this is going to be questions that you should ask your trainer. Um, this might be a two-part video, so if it is, I'll make sure to list it part one and part two. Um, some of these questions are a bit personal, and in no way do they mean that somebody would be a bad driver if the answer is negative. It's just kind of more about what you're comfortable with. Also, they are not, they're not like demands. You're not demanding your trainer to tell you, hey, give me your life story or whatever. It's just to get to know your trainer and to be able to feel more comfortable, because you're going to be in this truck with this person for X amount of time, and you have to build some sort of foundation of trust. Otherwise, it's just all out the window. Some of them you will want to ask in person. Other ones you will probably want to ask over the phone in your first conversation. That's all up to your discretion. First question is, what amenities do they have in their truck? Such as, do they have a fridge? Do they have a microwave? Do they have a stove top? A heating element? Do they have a way to boil water? That kind of stuff. Some people do, some people don't. Some people have some stuff, some people have other stuff. So definitely ask that. Also ask them if you would be able to use what they have. Just because they have it doesn't mean that they're willing to allow you to use it. Other questions, let's see. One question that I feel is important is, do you have a history of depression? And that has to be followed up with, do you enjoy your job? And do you currently feel depressed? Or do you often think suicidal or harmful thoughts? Sometimes your trainers lie on their DOT physical information, and this doesn't happen all the time, but they don't screen you for a mental disorder when you do training. They just kind of ask you, hey, do you have a mental disorder that would prevent you from doing this job? And then I'm sure they check mental health records, but definitely ask them about depression. My trainer had a history of depression, and they were disappointed and dissatisfied with their job. So it just kind of kept building, and it turned into really bad news. So definitely try and find that out. You could also find out by their wrist, if they have cuts on their wrist or anything like that. That's a good symbol that they used to have depression. Don't assume that they still struggle with it, or that it's not something that they have in check or whatever. But ask them, If it's too personal, they won't tell you, but it's a good thing to look out for, and it's a good thing to ask. Some other questions would be, what would you like me to bring? Now, typically, you'll bring the same stuff that you brought to CDL school with your trainer, but maybe your trainer wants you to bring a swimsuit because they always go to the beach, or maybe they want you to bring extra food because they can't really go to the store. So maybe they're like, hey, can you buy me some food? This is what I want. And they might give you a shopping list. And they'll pay you back the money, of course, but it's just kind of a way to make friends, basically. Another thing, how much room am I going to have? How much stuff should I bring? Should I bring a complete bed set? Or just my pillows and my blanket? Some trainers have their own sheets on their top bunk. Some don't. Mine didn't. Itchy mattress. It was bad. Also ask them how they prefer to sleep. Do they prefer to sleep with windows down? You know, that way if you're someone who can't really be exposed to dry weather for too long, you know to bring a humidifier, or you know to buy a humidifier or something. Ask them how often they stop. Like, do they take a restroom break every couple of hours, or do they only stop on their 30-minute lunch break? What kind of places do they park at? Do they park at terminals or truck stops? Do they park on the side of the road, rest areas? Do they always have a restroom where they stop? If you're a female, the restroom is kind of a big deal. Like, you don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and have to go to the bathroom and realize that you have to pop a squat in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's kind of then you might want to ask, can I bring any food? Another thing is, what time do you normally go to bed? Do you have a normal schedule? Then discuss your schedule with them. For me, I can't drive nights. With my trainer, I tried really hard to drive nights, but as soon as the sun went down, I got way too tired and I couldn't focus on the road. So I can't drive nights. I know that about myself. So my next trainer, I have to say, look, I can't drive nights. If you want to drive at night, that's fine. But I personally can't drive at night. I have to drive during the day. So the earlier we wake up in the morning, the better. Also ask them their nightly routine. Like, before they go to bed, do they watch a movie? Or do they play with their dog? Do they have a dog? Do they have a pet? You know? Ask them if they have a trash can. If they have a pet, ask them about like how often they vacuum the truck, because pet fur gets everywhere. So yeah, definitely ask those questions. Those are just some basic questions about different things for trainers. I'm trying to think of other things, but I think that's about it. Their mental stability is a huge thing, and their schedule is another huge thing. If your guys' schedule clash, it's not gonna work. My trainer liked driving at night, and I can't drive at night. My trainer also, I'm not even gonna talk about my trainer yet. But basically, your trainer is the boss. And you have to make sure that you and your trainer mash. So in order to make sure that you guys are good, you have to ask them questions that are important to you. Questions that are important to me are scheduling conflicts, emotional stability, mental stability, how much stuff I'm allowed to bring, because I don't know what I'm allowed to pack for. And then where I'm gonna put all my stuff. And of course, like, am I allowed to talk in your truck? Like, do you mind hearing me talk to other people? Or like when we take a break, do you want me to leave your truck so you can have your truck all to yourself? So Like, it's basically living in somebody else's house. So think about it as, what would you say if you were trying to become somebody's roommate? I've never been anybody's roommate, so I don't really know. This is why I was doing an idea for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I guess it's not going to be a 2-part video. So have a great day, and goodbye.